line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here live on the Beats and Racing TV as we are heading showcase today here at Lebanon, Tennessee, Nashville Superspeedway here on the show here as we're getting ready for this one. It should be a doozy as we go 90 laps to the distance on the mile and the third long track. Hi, everyone. I am the Crusader, Christian Trevor, joining you guys here today. Great to hear you all. Great to see everybody back on the show here. 23 heavy hitters of the GOAT Racing League Super Series about to go at it, presented in part by our friends at GOAT Racing Diecast LLC. Let's take it down to our track lineup here on the starting pole. It is, of course, the reign of terror himself, the 19, Tyler Dalton, the outside. In the number 2, it's Mike Kelly. Row number 2 is the 91 of Wesley Donaldson, the outside. In the number 26, it is Seth Fouty. Row number 3, it is Talking Giants versus the World. The number 84, Anthony M. Calantoni, the outside. And the number 38, Chad Coleman. Row number 4 in this 24, Cody Sturgill, the outside. Pilots the 16, Steve Redder. Row 5 is the 12 of Ryan D. Cooking them up. Cook. And the number 44 is outside is the Christoph All. Row number 6 in the 78 is Matthew Gall. The outside, the number 60, John Higman Jr. Row number 7 is being piloted down there by Doug Sigmund in the 04. The outside, the 81, it is Karen Stearns. Row number 8 is going to be the 22 of Alan the Wild Man. Wild in the 42, the outside is Dakota Kramer. Row 9 in the 11, Ron Holyfield. The outside in the 23, Charles Van Schaik. Row number 10 is Samuel Rowe in the 43, the outside in the 14. That's Joey Gattina. Row number 11 in the 127 is Kevin England, the outside. In the number 74, it's Brian Wortman. Final starters today in the 96, it is Jerry Livingston. The living legend himself is back in town. And this field of drivers ready to take it downtown. A little Nashville rocking and rolling. Starts cruising and patrolling. We're rolling them through to 3, number 4 right now. We are ready to get down to business here at the Super Series. Putting on quite a few bangers this season. Will we get another one here? We're about to find out. Coming off turn number 4, 90 laps to the distance. The rain, its error leads them down to the line. Green flag drops it here for the Go Racing League Diecast LLC Super Series. Mike Kelly immediately trying to go down low onto the number 19 here of Dalton, trying to get an early advantage here. I was kind of wondering right out of the gate with what this track was going to do for these Super Late Model cars, because this is probably of all the tracks, honestly, maybe the most interesting down there is one of them. Cameron Steers, the 81, slap sash right on turn number 4 there, tightened up too much and decides to go wall riding off that corner. He'll have to try to wear it down and try to stabilize it back up a bit. Nasty little hit there, unfortunately, on his end of the side of the track. I was just going to say, though, this track is not asphalt. This is concrete they're working on for the surface. So what that means is that it's going to be a little bit on the tighter side, but as the track starts to rubber up, it's going to get looser. It's going to get a lot harder to kind of grip up. So what I'm thinking is, right out of the gate was, as the surface kind of breaks down and becomes harder and harder to control, that concrete ends up becoming more of a nuisance for these Super Late Model cars rather than a bit of help. Of course, with these things, they like to run more on the asphalt side of things, as they're built for purpose-built short track racing cars. But just a track this size, this kind of nature, it really kind of hones off a huge craft and a huge kind of dilemma to build that speed in with. On board the Cody Sturgill there just for a little bit as the number 24 goes 3 spots down at the moment. And damn Calantoni and the number 84 going head to head there. Wesley Donaldson, the WBD Diecast machine. Donaldson already been a winner this season. And in terms of speed and scope as well, Wesley's been known to make some runs and make some serious rides off on these guys. A lot of drivers, though, surprised that so far this season, not a single new winner has not been in the top spot this season. Every driver so far this season been a new one over and over, so no repeat winners yet. Well, that changed today as the Reigning Terror leads this field down still with a pretty sizable distance. Him and Mike Kelly down there right now kind of working together. Maybe a bit of a tandem little draft here. Kelly, though, getting pretty tired of waiting down there and to build a little more speed. He's going to try to run it from the bottom, try to grip it off. Cameron Steers down there, though. He's got troubles. The 81 once more troubles off for turn number 4. Ends up getting him trapped in the stack. And Mike Kelly, we just barely missed it, taking the race lead away from Tyler Dalton. And Dalton back to the inside now, trying to make a bit of a drive off there. He's looking for the shot, looking for the engage. Watches it down and hammers it down. He's got the 19 back in the lead. Kelly only able to make a one wrong jump there, one wrong move, and was able to fully kind of set her off from it. But now it becomes even more difficult to have to work from there. Looking to try to cross him up again. I suspect a few bump and runs could be in order here, but again, these cars, the way they are and how fast they're racing, I don't even think that's really a smart idea. Kelly back to the inside now. Big crossover jump coming on Dalton. And Dalton, the more he's seeing this, the more he knows that those other guys back there are just planning ahead. So he's going to try to back out of it for now and try to straighten his car out and get himself dialed in again. Kelly is your new leader. The one driver that I've always said on these broadcasts that has never won, that honestly could deserve a win by now. But how hard can you go and how far will you drive to get there has always been a question of debate. Speaking of debating as well here, race fans, we have just got a word as well earlier this day from our good friends at iRacing, of course, iRacing.com, giving us an email down there as well as a little word and script. The SRX, yes, the Superstar Racing Experience, that series, finally is coming to iRacing in 2024. A huge news update, huge news outlet there, really popping up. I am absolutely stoked. I cannot wait. If I always said that drivers usually try to drive these or the late models and these bigger tracks to kind of imitate what the SRX kind of came up with, but now it's become more of we can actually do it with an actual SRX car. So The IROC cars are not dead and gone yet, and now they are making a huge triumphant return, and I cannot wait to finally get those broadcasting here on Pete's Racing TV. But not only that, but I honestly am just ready to race them in general, so that's probably another big thing for me. So, got on board here with the Dodge boy himself, the 19, Reign of Terror, Tyler Dalton. And I still get asked all the time, why the heck do I call this guy the Reign of Terror? Well, let me ask you this. When was the last time in a league you saw a guy literally just out of a 20-week race season or a 16-week season? When was the last time you saw someone take like almost half, if not more than half, of the wins, come out with a championship, and literally just take everyone in stride in their playoff format? I mean, that was pretty much what Tyler Dalton was. The man just does not know anything else other than just to put the boot on, put the car into clutch, initiate the start, and then from there just basically put everyone down on the ground and stop a mud hole in them. That's the best way I can explain this guy. And he's going to do it again now, running him out down to that back straightaway. I suck at talk about the guy. It's like all of a sudden he hears this and now he wants to do it right on the trot. And he makes the move off of Mike Kelly coming down from turn 4, but Kelly, he doesn't text. He stands back up, and now he's ready to fight back. Another crossover engaged. So far, interesting steps here from the leaders. This isn't something I would expect so far, honestly, from what we're dealing with. Honestly, I was kind of expecting more of a controlled environment, when the drivers are going to be a little bit more on the edge, and a little bit more on their footing, and let the cars kind of wear down the tires and deal with the fuel strategy and pit strategy. As Steve Ritter right now is going to bring out our first caution of the day. The 16 has come to a dead stop in turn number 4. You'll get it refired, but damage has already been done. Spin out there, or maybe a little trouble, unfortunately. We'll take another look at the Pete Tim Race TV instant replay and see what happened here. And, well, this is the reason I said earlier on the bumper runs may not come into effect very much. John Higman Jr. putting that to good use, but good driving by everyone else. Get out of the way there before it became a very big problem. So, good on them and good driving as well. That self-control and speed endurance lined up in position. Yeah, you can see as soon as he just kind of came off that corner, he kind of overdrove it a little bit in. The Ritter may have been trying to set the car off a little. Everyone, though, managing to avoid it and managing to stay out of trouble. Good on them for that one. Mike Kelly, Matthew Gall, Joey Gattina, Brian Wortman staying out in from pit road here. Dyer Dalton, Wesley Donaldson, Foudy, Calatoni, Coleman, Sturgill, Cook. One of the big names coming to roll them off there from at least the top 10 pecking order here. Out of pit road, Dalton beats him out. Fouty, Donaldson, Coleman, and them as well coming out in the mix. Looks like maybe just some fuel or a little splash and go. Don't believe we saw any tires being added on there, so that will definitely increase the chances here for these drivers to have to make some very big runs here. Didn't really get a chance to talk about the drivers earlier on here, but again, you got guys like the Pro System 04, Doug Sigmund, the Alan Wild machine there, driving his big PPG paint scheme. I ain't gonna lie either, that's actually a pretty sweet looking paint scheme he's got there. It's simple, but straight to the point. I kind of like it. Kind of reminds me of my stuff I usually got. Brian Wortman now rolling it into pit road here off of turn 4, so it looks like he's going to try and get some fuel and some tires scraped up on that front. One more lap around, we're going to get Wortman, Doug Swan, and Cameron Stearns in from pit road. And again, this isn't some kind of mutated NASCAR car. This is literally a super late model car they are running today. Very fast, very powerful machines on short tracks, but when it comes to these bigger tracks, they basically turn into more like an IROC car, which ironically, like I said earlier, we just got the news about SRX bringing that actual SRX car. Yes, the car that everyone and their mother, including myself, said, when are you going to get it added on? So many people said out there they would never do it. It would never happen. They said it was not going to come by. They were just going to keep it on the Tony Stewart SRX Racing Experience game they had. And I just kept thinking, like, if the series keeps going, they'll have no choice but to add it. And I'm glad that they at least were able to go longer and farther than the distance, and now finally they have set it up. So I'm just, like I said, extremely excited because again, it's a durable car and it's an endurance kind of level car. So you got the dirt racing side and then you got the asphalt oval side. Very interested and excited to see what happens there. All right, we're gonna roll them down off on the front straightaway here. The driver's now lined back in position here, ready to go. You can hear them shifting through their gauges, shifting through their machines here. They're currently just trying to get ready to go here. A big thank you again to Go Racing League Diecast LLC for their support this season. Without them, as well as you awesome fans out there that tune into every one of our calls, every one of our shows here, it really does mean a lot to us, and we thank you for every bit of it. We're going to roll them right back off from turn number 4 back to the initial starting line here. The Go Racing League Diecast LLC rolls them down back. We're back underway. Safe to say there's a lot of comers and goers off that start. Oh boy, that could have been bad there. Yeah, no, it's bad. Yep, that was bad. Matthew Gall crapped off and trapped in between. See the living legend down there getting nudged out there by Christoph Hall in the 484, caution out on the track. I don't know if Tyler Dalton literally just caught Gall out of line there, or caught him out of control, but something did not go right down there. I thought he saved it. I turned my head for just a second. Didn't quite end up that way. Yeah, right there was the hit. Bouncy got laughed. Oh, that was what got him, yep. Yeah, he got mashed in pretty good. Fauci actually somehow somewhat coming away with it cleanly there. Matthew Gall doesn't look like he took too much damage, but again, we got to understand, though, these cars are going to be extremely aerodynamic sensitive. They don't have the horsepower to make it back like that, so you can see the clip here. Fauci gets taken for a hit. Then he gets crashed in there. The next thing you know, you're wondering, what the heck was I doing in my life? And again, no instant repair, so whatever damage you get is what damage you race with. Looks like Dalton's going to go into pit road to try to fix himself up a little bit. Charles Van Schaik as well. Gone in there. Mike Kelly staying out. Joey Gattina. Chad Goldman, Wesley Donaldson, Anthony M. Collins, Oni, Samuel Harrell, Dakota Kramer, Ron Holyfield, Steve Ritter, and Brian Werman rounding out top 10 brackets here. Any chance they can get fuel, any chance they can get some reserves for themselves later, I think it's going to really help them out and make it for quite a bit of a standstill. Get the field rolled up right now currently. Lights still flickered on the pace car right now. They're currently getting the mess cleaned up down in turn number 2. Fans and friends alike, if you are new to the channel here, be sure to like and follow us up here on our Facebook. Subscribe onto our YouTube channel as well. Any bit of support helps us continue to grow and helps us get better out there. We're trying to get some new things added on. Right now, my life is, safe to say, a bit more hectic than I was expecting it to be. But you know what? I love doing this life, and I love doing what I'm doing right now. So I have no complaints there. It's just something you just kind of adjust to. And speaking of adjusting to, right now these drivers ready to adjust in and set themselves back up. Field going to march their way around with Mike Kelly, Chad Coleman, Donaldson, Calatoni, and Harrell in the top 5 bracket. Mike again looking for his first win. Chad Coleman looking to try to pop one out of the hat here. He's been known, too, to put up some good races and some good numbers here. If you can figure out how to kind of narrow it down here and put it all to good use here, I think he's the guy you got to really watch out for down there. Wesley Donaldson, we know he's fast. Calatoni probably just still figuring everything he can out after the heartbreak from Phoenix. And I can't let it go either. It literally was just one of the most surreal and craziest racing moments I've ever seen. I'm surprised it didn't make top 10 list of races that iRacing came up with, which absolutely was heartbreaking finishes. Gonna roll them all down from turn number 4 here, down to the green flag restart zone. Let's see what they can do. Bring it onto the track here. Back to the green. We roll through them. Donaldson and Coleman have a little bit of a go around there on the inside and the outside bracket. Calatoni and Sam Murrell mixed it in a bit too. Mike Kelly right now by a good set of margin of error, leading the field down despite the fact he doesn't have as much fuel on his tire strategy as everyone else does. Doesn't seem to be really a phase of him at all. Back in the pack right now. Uh-oh, trouble! Trouble there coming out turn number 4, and that is going to be John Hickman Jr. coming to a dead stop, bringing out another caution here. And it's the second time he's been in a situation here where he found himself kind of trapped in a hard spot here. And now I'm really starting to question what exactly happened here. Oh, well. Oh, boy. You know, I know there's this thing called receipts, but I don't know that exactly was a way of politely giving the receipt back to him. A simple bump and a run I think would have been in order. This looked like he drove it in there at him. Well, looks like also John Hickman Jr. did back off a little bit, entering in the corner maybe quicker than Ritter was expecting. But I gotta think at the same time, Ritter was probably not too annoyed that he did that. But John Hickman Jr. definitely not gonna be a happy camper after that one. What a tough break there for the 60. A lot of damage now. They got to get cleaned up on that machine here and hope that they have a chance. And the more cautions they get thrown out, the harder it becomes now to try to run this race out. Mike Kelly in the number 2 going to go into pit road here. Donaldson also. Calatoni joining it in there. Chad Coleman in the mix. Tyler Dalton getting in there late. And Mike Kelly there, a big mistake there in pit road. He did not get in and out properly. Looks like he's going to take right side tires as well here. Nope, just fuel there. Oh, no, he did take tires, actually. Yeah, he did. Well, no, that was not tires. Looks like it was just fuel. He just had a mistake on the pit road side. I always confuse my timing there on my live stuff here. See if you can see any damage on the 16 here. Ritter, we get to the front of the camera. Yeah, there's a slight little hick there on the middle, and then on the left side, you can see. I don't know if that's going to necessarily do much damage in terms of the way of damage and control, but it's still Something to keep an eye on. So the field, we're going to work their way right off from turn number 3 and turn number 2 down there. See what we got from there. Momentum is key and power is strength. How will they manage their way around this place? All burdens on them and what they can do with the trackside here. Roll them down onto the front straightaway here. Green flag coming out here. Sam Morrell trying to keep this one under clean. Tony right now trying to match up the gas pedal there with Sam Morrell right in front of him there. Tony going deep to the inside looking for the race lead. First time we've seen a crossover here that's quick in the lead spot. Morrell looked like he did not get the start he wanted there. And turn now cost him pretty badly there. Coleman now to the inside. Tony trying to fight him down. We are double file 6 4-pack stacked racked up from turn 1. Now clearing the gaps. Coleman, your leader. Tony trying to get right back into the mix here, but Tony seems to be struggling to get the car to work around with what he's trying to do. Steph Fauci dealing with some company there. Those Valvoline boys, Ritter, Fauci, and Kelly, all in that top 10 hunt contention. Cameron Stearns right back there having some mechanical problems, as you can see as well. The old Butchcraft and Gremlins on the attack. Ron Holyfield with John Higgins Jr. behind him now. And John at this point probably just wants to stay out of trouble and not get himself into any more hiccups or messes that he's already put himself into. 1/3 of the way there. 30 laps. Oh, trouble down there. Dakota Kramer. 42 losing off. Turn number 4 there. The Lightning Queen, Rusty's Medicaid Bump Machine. Finds himself banished to the shadow round for that one. Steve Ritter right now working hard to kind of keep up his game, trying to keep up the speed. Kelly running it quick down to the bottom lane there with Fauci in the mix up here. Donaldson, Calatoni, and Coleman still holding it up in the top 5 bracket podium. What everybody wants and what everyone needs to get to. Gustav Hall, the 44 right now, working hard behind the back of the 22, Alan Wild. Wild man right now, looking closer and closer at trying to make some maneuvers here, trying to make some jumps in between. But again, kind of wrapped and stacked up into where he's at. It's harder than it looks to kind of run from there. Joey Gattini, the number 14, is now 12 spots up from the field. He is the hard charger today. He started back in 20th. Moving that quickly up certainly does make for a difference maker here. The longer this race goes, though, it's going to be a lot harder to really determine who has got the precise measure to counter with and the attempted shots to use off from. Donaldson opened the door for the 2, as now it is Kelly back to the rung and back to the inside. Gets his move off on Calatoni. Not surprised, honestly, though. They're getting such a good little amount of speed and passing opportunities there in the entry of these turns. It's been genuinely surprising how well they've been able to use it. And honestly, this track, I gotta give credit where credit's due. I know they're running a very custom setup there. But this setup, it seems like more than anything, it is working really well with this track. And it's making it much harder for those that want to try to make the best of the racing to lead the field in if they don't know where the heck they're going to have to fight out to from there. Kelly, going to be your new leader. Whoa, look out down there, in trouble yet again. Steve Ritter once more goes for a ride, and the 16 goes on by. No caution out, Sammy Orell once more though. Man just can't seem to catch a break anymore. It seems like every time we watch him go out on the track, it's either checkers or wreckers. And almost 95% of the time nowadays, it's always wreckers that cost him anything to get the victory lane. I don't know what he's got to do or what he needs to figure out to finally get in that top spot, but he really has got to start figuring something out before it's too little too late here. Cody Sturgill right now closing up on the 44 Corvette parts machine of Christoph Hall. Christoph just wanting to kind of fire everything he's got down the line, trying to hang in between. Doug Sigmund, the 04, and the 22 of Alan Wild also in that mix, in that hunt. Trouble down there. Cameron Stearns, the 81, gives us another caution flag out. Well, we knew these races were going to get a little wild, but we didn't realize how wild they really would get. Ryan D. Cook there, I believe. Yeah, right there off the corner. Looked like he just got over aggressive there. That's first self-spin, I believe, that we've seen so far. Might have got a little too heavy on the gas pedal there entering into the turn. It might have been what hurt his exit there. Well, you can see right here, the car is already lost. Yeah, as soon as he was on that gas pedal, he was trying to save it. It was already long gone. A pretty good drive, though, I must say, but unfortunately, not enough control to hang in there. Mike Kelly and all of them going into pit road pretty much with him. Really now it's just kind of a matter of basics, a matter of style here. Which driver decides to take the fuel, decides to take the tires, and then which one decides to just push their limits, their luck as much as possible here. Not easy. It's easier said than done, and they're certainly working on it. So right now the field just getting ready to roll off back for their halfway point here. Halfway done so far with this race. Pretty crazy to believe. But it's one thing I really like about the Super Series, that it's kind of pretty quick, pretty fun, and exciting action from point A to point B. Chad Coleman, you're going to be your race leader here. Wesley Donaldson holding off in the second spot, and the rest of the field closing off from there. Ready to roll him back onto the starting line. Chad Coleman looking on as we roll him back to the green. Looking to try to catch that restart really well there this time. Still not quite enough though, because even Collins and Donaldson are coming up quick. Mike Kelly right in that background as well. Every driver right now needs to start picking the pace a little bit. You're halfway done with this race. Now all bets are off. It's basically who can survive when and where. Now the Wild Man Wild right now going head to head here with some incredibly tough little drivers, but the reign of terror himself, Tyler Dalton, finally finding a way back around. Last week at Superspeedway, he just would not let it up an inch. But this time, He's having a harder time keeping ahead in terms of everyone else trying to pass him. 3 wide from 3 through 4. Mike Kelly, what a mad lad this fella is. He just went straight on and took everyone by storm there. He's now got the race lead. How he was able to just go 3 wide like that and able to hang it down like in that corner is beyond me. But it worked perfectly in his advantage. Leslie Donaldson right now getting it ahead of Jack Coleman as well. Coleman struggling to keep his speed, keep the pace up, and Calatoni trapped a little bit, going stuck in the middle, and then almost rising up there on the 38. Gets out of there as Seth Fauci jumps it right in one more position. Drain service number 2, going head to head off the spots here and trying to hang in there. Doug Sigma in a little trouble down there, unfortunately. Does get the 0-4 back onto the track at least, so he'll be able to continue on. John Hickman Jr. in the 60 and Jeff Foudy in that 26 going nose to nose. Charles Van Schaik also in that mix-up. This is what I like about this right now. Again, this is very similar to the IROC series, which is it's mostly all about driver timing and execution. Skill is obviously needed to make moves like this, but really what it all hinders down to is whether or not you can make the distance work and make everything work around, and this kind of speed is kind of level. Steve right on the number 16 right now, keeping it right back close behind. Here's Cody Sturgill on 24. Tries to hold on, tries to narrow down. Any bit of leeway here certainly can make the difference. Van Schaik rolling up high side again on Foudy. It's Hickman Jr. It's Pack Stacks in the back of that front side here. 40 laps left to go. Van Schaik again. I've always said this about Van Schaik, and he'll agree with you guys, and he'll probably agree with this too, is that, or he'll tell you guys, and he'll agree with this, I bet, which is he's absolutely terrible on restarts in terms of getting the car up to speed back into power. He's basically a slow starter is what we call him. But when he gets it rolling, the speed and sheer power he can initiate onto the track is frankly impressive. Kind of drives me insane just how well he can do it and kind of how well he's able to narrow it down. Stacked up as well there, Kelly, Dalton, and Donaldson, top 3 going out of here for the race win. And at the moment, they're closing up pretty quickly on that here, so we'll see how that hangs in. The balance is all about control and how you enter into the track. Rolling it back around yet again here. No one is safe from this one. Coleman just trying to hang. We're up there with those 4, with the top 4, I should say. But he's got Calatoni as well, just keeping his paces with him. Now, to be honest with you guys, I've thoroughly been impressed with this one. Nashville Superspeedway. This is getting a thumbs up for me right now. This has been a great race from the first half, and it's been an interesting one when the drivers got spun out or got taken for a ride. Now it's just been who can conquer the lines and conquer the drives. Dalton leads the field in right now as John Hickman Jr. makes his triumphant return back into this. I gotta believe right now he's probably just as much infuriated as he's been just dealing with the pressure here. Tyler Dalton. Whoa, wait a minute. That was a big mistake there. Not usually see the Reigning Terror make mistakes, and that's a big one. The 19 got it right up through 3 and 4. Clips the apron, and now he loses all that speed in that ground, trying to clear it back up. Kelly trying to force him up a little higher here to give him a chance, and he does. Gets the lead from that move. What a nice run there from the number 2. I'm impressed. That was an extremely tough call there to have to make. Kelly either had two options, either go for the lead there and then, or wait until Dalton ended up getting himself trapped in 1 and 2. So he could have been able to cross him back over with that kind of run and that kind of adrenaline speed there. So I'm presuming he's trusting his tires right now to work with him here. A wild dilemma there, and Tyler Dalton, I gotta believe, not thrilled at all with that situation. That 7500 Mafia right now has got to be feeling just a little bit on their edge and on their noses right now, I bet. When you're having to close down gaps like that, trying to build up speed and endurance, it's just absolutely insanity how tough it becomes. Ryan D. Cook right now, the number 12, going 3 spots down. Oh, look out, look out! Look out, trouble! Trouble right off turn number 3 and 4. Ron Holyfield slap, looks like he got, went right down the wall there. Having a hard time figuring out who was where on the track there for a second. What we do know is, though, is Ryan D. Cook got smacked by somebody down there. Take a look at the replay here. Oh, he got nailed there by Gatina. And then Alan Wild, oh, poor hit there. What a nasty rack that one was. And Christoph Hall just got taken completely out as well. Something gone wrong down there. I'm not sure what the heck happened to him. We'll take a look at that in a minute. Cook looked good here, and then Gatina looked like he just drove it off a little too quick there. Now Christoph did get into the wall from that initial hit, but then what happened? Oh, that's what. Yeah, he had to destroy. His right side was completely destroyed there. Okay, I see now. I think he called it a day after that. Yeah, he called it a day. That's it right there. Yep, that was the death blow. He's gonna call it a night. Unfortunately, we lost a lot of drivers in this race. Still 30 laps or so left to go still. And Mike Kelly, honestly, if there was ever a race I think I've honestly been thoroughly impressed by, I think it might be this today. plowed in right now. Field ready to roll back out on the track. Sizing each other up. Preparing for this one. Mike Kelly right now on the starts-wise anyway, he's been extremely aggressive and extremely clever about it. We're looking for kind of the same thoughts, same kind of line process here with this one.
It's gonna be interesting to see
if the two can finally get himself into the top spot here. He's going to have his work cut out for him as he rolls it back down to the starting zone. The Racing Diecast LLC starting zone sets him out. Kelly got a great start there. 3 wide down off from turn number 1 and 2. Callantoni, Coleman, and Donaldson in that traffic side. Callantoni trying to run the bottom. Charles Van Schaik here right behind him. Actually, Charles got a pretty decent little restart there, actually, comparing everything. Oh, into trouble there for the 16. Steve Ritter just went right up into the wall protection, and now even Kevin England going up in there as well. None of these drivers are safe from that wall protection, let alone themselves, it seems like at this point. Kelly, the only one right now that's pretty much been an extremely dominant driving seed here. I've been thoroughly impressed with him today. And this is a good reason why. You're seeing just how well he's been able to kind of gap the bridges, hold the lines, and hit each apex of his corner. Now with only a little bit left on the end radar here. John Hemingway Jr. Oh no, Samuel, hang on, hang on. Samuel's going for the ride. And yet again, another troublesome spot for the 43 STP machine. As it looks like I think he's about to call it a day. Oh, he's going to refire it at least. .25 laps remaining in this race. Opportunity starting to run low. Cody Sturgill, Joey Gatina, and Ryan D. Cook all drawing names out of the hat here, just trying to see who can take the other with them. The Budweiser number 12 machine just looking for every little bit of extra kick, extra momentum to run off this final ledges of the gap, this final speed off to the distance. Tyler Dalton right now looking on, just trying to figure a way to get there to Mike Kelly here and trying to put that 19 in victory lane 2 times in a row this season to get be the first one to do it. Mike Kelly, though, I mean, at this point, he just looks locked and loaded. He just looks way, way too comfortable here with what he's been trying to hold into and what he's trying to been pulling off on this track side here. Could today finally be in? Was it finally his chance? That was the question that I kind of wondered here going in. .20 laps left on the clock here And chances are now running low for anybody to take down the number 2. But Donaldson, they have come closer to him here. They might have a slight chance here. Again, I say slight chance, not because of out of disrespect towards them or thinking that there's any kind of bias towards Kelly. It's just the fact that Kelly has just been extremely clever today on how he's handled each corner and how he has handled each turn, forcing everyone to stay on notice. That's the troublesome spot you run into when you're having a driver that can just narrow down each of these runs, each of these spots here with precision and accuracy. Kelly, though has the same mistake that Dalton made earlier. And now he gets a little tag in the back there. Dalton looking for it. Does not get the pass, though. Unlike Kelly earlier, Dalton backed out. Laid off from him. Kelly, though, oh, he is just trying to hold the line down as good as he can. But that car is rotating beyond its capabilities in some areas. Hard-pressed fight here. No one giving out, no one giving in. Foudy in England as well right now, having a little duel down there, the 127 versus the 26. The orange Valvoline scheme versus the other Conrads and compadres here. And it looks like Kelly actually found another little bit of life as Donaldson finally fights off Tyler Dalton. Dalton probably not too thrilled about that little move, if I had to guess. Charles Van Schaik right now going up into the binders here, looking for every little run he can get. One little bit of speed and one little bit of boost will all it be that it takes to get these kind of race spots up. Van Schaik right now still dealing with company and still dealing with a lot of opportunities and momentum shifting in his route. As a driver, I mean, where do you go from here? At this point, you're just trying to hang in there with everything you can and whatever you can get out of it. 15 laps left to go right now. Mike Kelly, Wesley Donaldson, and Tyler Dalton in that top 3 spots here. Donaldson just wants nothing more than to get another one off the radar. Kelly, though, numerous races, numerous times. The 2 has been second. He's trying so hard right now not to let it happen again. Twelve laps left to go right now. Donaldson just looking to go deep to the inside, ruck their way around. Dalton trying to power off. Donaldson now finally a chance, maybe an opportunity, but can he make it work? Kelly might try to slam the door on him entering into 3. Didn't have time. Donaldson now rubbing it right in between Dalton, trying to hold it down on the back half here. We're running out of laps and we're running out of time. Ooh, this could get a little more interesting here. What a move off there by Donaldson. Extremely smart move to run the inside line and take Kelly's speed away. Kelly finally may have met his match, may have met his mistakes and his maker here. trying to get back underneath, but he's currently trapped there from Dalton. Now Van Schaik into the mix. Van Schaik slowly but surely just kind of creeping his way up there. He sees the battle going on for the lead. These three just will not leave each other alone. Something's got to give. Something's got to break. Right on the right side. Right rear fenders. Kelly trying to deal with it. Dalton in the mix. With Van Schaik now just pulling off quicker. Coleman as well. Looking to maybe make a little bit of a last rally. A last chance effort. 9 laps left to go. Top 5 on your screen here for these final 9 to go. Sam Morrell, the only one on the lead lap, if you will, anyway. It's the last of them. Everyone on the other side has been pretty much down a lap or lost. Out on their car, on their hopes. Looks like the 23 may be pushing the 19 a little bit, looking for some speed and kick up. And Calatoni, all of a sudden now he enters into the fray. He's close enough for that second spot, but he needs to get closer to the leaders. Donaldson is just lunging at the ideals and the facts that he's been able to push that car harder than anyone else. If he can continue to hang in there and just keep the speed up to the distance, he's going to be okay. Jack Coleman, though, oh boy, that one could have been bad for him. Looked like Calatoni tried to avoid getting him into any mix-ups there and ended up trying to force him off. Both drivers seem to have cleared, but it did not quite end up being the better for either or. Seven laps left to go right now. Mike Kelly going to move into the second place ahead of Dalton again. But now he needs to get that gap bridged up on Donaldson. Let's take a look at our live timing sheets, the lap times. May have backed out a little earlier, waiting for the final kill switch. Big puff of smoke coming out there. One of the drivers has a problem down there. I'm not sure who. We're seeing the draft now settling in, really giving each other a chance. Another 43,000 of a second gain, and that's a big gain. Sam Morrell has entered pit road. That was the one that had the blown motor. So the 43 just calling it pretty much a day and a half. Absolutely horrendous for him and his team. Mike going for broke there. Trying to stabilize the car up. Final 5 laps coming up. Clever maneuvering here. Dalton just keeping his pace, keeping his cool. Van Schaik, same situation. But the problem is you gotta stop getting too patient and start making some runs for it. Dalton closing the 2 off a bit, and it looks like maybe he wanted to try to bring him to the inside and then roundabout its way up. If I'm Mike Kelly right now, I maybe want to look at any little extra bit I can get or a little help. Maybe wave at him to start pushing him up in the back stretches to help him out, because that front stretch will not be much use for him. This one's too close to call right now, race fans. Donaldson again keeping the dirty airflow really in his favor, but if Kelly finds a way to catch him, he may give him a nudge or two to get him out of the way. This one is right now looking further and further like a possible chance, but there's a bobble on that back straightaway. Kelly, not sure if he was trying to close off the 19 of Dalton or throw him in some dirty airflow, but he almost gave up that second place position, and now Dalton not exactly too thrilled about it. May have gave him a little nudge there from the speed endurance he took from 3 and 4. 2 laps to go. Kelly needs to start making a move here. And he's trying to gas pedal a little harder. He's looking for any little run he can get. The right side tires right now got to be screaming at all these boys, just saying, what the heck are you doing to me? Charles Van Schaik, look at this. Big run on the back straightaway, going for the 3rd place position again. The DoorDash McDonald's 23 hanging in there. Coleman on that bridge too, but this is where you put all bets aside and all bets are off. White flag in the air, presented by Go Racing Diecast LLC. Kelly had a chance earlier on to really take control and take down Donaldson, but he did not make his spots known. Now I think he may be too little too late. Donaldson has gapped up the bridge. Van Schaik, look at this. One more run coming from the 23. Trying to get it ahead of Kelly and try to get to Donaldson. But he's going to run out of time because of a turn number 3 to turn number 4. Wesley Donaldson takes one home. Oh! And Charles Van Schaik completely wrecked by Mike Kelly coming to the line off of turn number 4 to the front straightaway. Not sure if that'll generate some heater of what the heck will happen there, but nevertheless, race fans, your race winner here at Nashville, the Super Speedway style race, if you will. It's going to go to Wesley Donaldson. He's your winner. And the 91 now can have a little celebration time in victory lane. Well executed. Well done by that team. Take a look at our results now here. What a race it was from point A to point B. Nobody gave an inch here. And everyone, for that matter, just pretty much fired everything they had to the line and to the wire. Wesley Donaldson, though, your winner. Charles Van Schaik going to take home second. Jack Holman having a little fun down there with Donaldson's expense. Mike Kelly going third. Jack Holman then going fourth. Anthony M. Calatoni going fifth. Tyler Dalton taking 6th, 7th to John Hegman Jr., 8th to Steve Redder, right, and D. Cook going 9th, 10th to Cody Sturgill around and out the field. A long, long road, but a solid one, nevertheless, that these drivers have just persevered on. What a performance. And a solid effort here again. Kind of surprised with the way things went and how it kind of came to be, but again, that's just part of the racing you get with these kind of things. Let's take a list of our top 3 drivers now here. Mike Kelly joining us here into our 3rd place position. Mike, yet again, sir, podium, but just no dice for this. But at the line, man, it looked like you were trying to find a way around Donaldson's rear bumper there, and unfortunately the dirty airflow seemed to kind of trap you there at times.
Yeah, that was a fun race. I was just messing with Charles there at the end. I burnt the right front up a bit too much. Wesley did a good job. I won the first race of the season. You missed it. You weren't here then, so I won while you were gone. So I'm just wondering. Yeah, if you see the standings there, I won the first race. So then you came to town, and I've just been finishing podiums. Can't get a win. I think you're cursing me.
Well, I mean, if I'm cursing you, I mean, at least I know that everything has been pretty much substantially set in motion. That at least I know the broadcaster curse is alive and well. But nevertheless, all that's been pretty much laid down on the track here. I know, obviously, now you got a race win already to your name. Really, for you, what's been kind of just the hardest part about just trying to get these Super Late Model cars kind of work in your favor in some of these tracks?
It'll come to me sooner or later. I'm just having fun. I run as hard as I can every lap. So sometimes at the end it doesn't pan out, but I had a lot of fun, led a lot of laps, and had a shot at it at the end. That's all that matters. I'm doing good in the points, which is what I'm really racing for. Points, I like racing for points, championships, and wins are nice if you get them. Got a few here at Sim 500, so I'll just keep coming out and digging and racing as hard as I can, and we'll see where the dice land.
Where the dice land, indeed. But nevertheless, here it is great to see you still having your fun, having your time, and having your way here, Mike. Congratulations, bringing it on home to 3rd place.
Thanks. That was a lot of fun. Everybody did a great job, and it was quite a spectacular race, I would imagine.
Yeah, it was very fun to call throughout, man. Congratulations on this one.
Hey, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Oops, sorry about that. But congratulations again to Mike Kelly there.
I'm gonna bust his ass.
What? Charles?
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out how to turn that thing off. I tried deleting it, uninstalling, whatever.
I mean, it was appropriate for this one because, honestly, at the line, Kelly did kind of set your car to the Nether Realm or the Shadow Realm or wherever we're going at this point. But
Yeah.
well, talk me through this one though, Bugs. That last bit you were making a move off on these guys.
Yeah, I just, I've learned in this. I mean, I've run pretty good in this one. I just conserve my stuff, slowly move up. This track ran very similar to all the other cars here. You know, to let off, get to the yellow line, and gas out. Most of the other tracks we've been running in these cars has just been a little bit of throttle control and go. So I was grinding the brakes, just saving tires. And then at the end, it was, just I knew I had a better run coming out of the turn, so I just had to push it and make sure I hit my let off. Hit my marks going into the turns. To stay close enough that I can make a run towards the end. And yeah, I mean, I was gonna go down on the apron, and and then I started coming back up because I didn't want to get him a run. So, I'm sure that was all in good fun. If not, we'll have a conversation when we're racing Monday night together. So, but it was fun. I enjoy this series, these cars, everyone's attitudes in this race, because it is a free league. It's a fun league, and to be honest with you, free and fun seems to be one of our better racing. I mean, it's just everyone's in contention every week, and it just, it feels good just to go out and just run hard and not care. I mean, we do have points, but it's nothing crazy. We're just having fun, and like I always say, I appreciate the Dalton and Kelly for setting all these setups up, because there is no iRacing setup, so this is all those guys doing, and I appreciate it.
For sure there. Well, lighting the mood up just also as well from everything else. I got to ask one little thing here. I mean, you had that run there coming off from turn 3. It looked like you were trying to get up there as close as you could to Donaldson. Had you had maybe like 2 or 3 laps, you think maybe this 23 had a chance to take him down, you think?
Yeah, I mean, I was watching all the relatives, and I was watching lap times. I mean, on that last lap, even with the passing, I was a tenth faster than Wesley. I was 2/10 faster than Mike. I was a tenth. In this car, that's a lot, because there's a lot of draft and pull, and it's a full throttle. But yeah, I was a tenth to 2/10 faster than all of them. I just got to learn to be more aggressive. I should have stuck my nose in there earlier on Tyler. I knew I had him, but I wasn't gonna. I didn't know who to push. I didn't know who was. That's the only disadvantage of going in the back to coming up. I don't know who's got the better line where, and probably should have got behind Mike and pushed through, but I just didn't want to stay on the high side because I knew Chad was peaking there. So another lap or two, I would have been there. Who knows what would have happened.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, though, Charles, I mean, a solid effort for you and the team. I'll ask you as always, who do you want to thank for this one, bud?
You for doing PTM, doing broadcasts. Appreciate everything you do for us. Obviously, the guys over at Sim 500 who help out, like I already mentioned, Tyler and Mike. We have Joey, who's like a advertising madman. Sometimes I feel like I'm not pulling my weight for my own league the way he's in Facebook and trying to pull people in. I appreciate him, and then all the guys on my, I guess, honorary team, because my team doesn't run this. Sammy, Ryan, CJ, Dakota, Christoph, and obviously, I mean, I guess I can't thank myself, but the Diecast, GoatRacingDiecast.com, still doing 20%. We give away 20, and also looking to do sponsorships for leagues and stuff like that. I've been kind of busy with work, flying around, so, but my real job, not the Diecast hobby. But yeah, other than that, I listened to a lot of interviews, and everyone thanks their wife. I got to thank my wife for letting me have my man cave and my alone time. Right now, she's at a Pink concert, so I guess I got to thank her. So, but other than that, man, I enjoy it. Thank everyone that raced. It's these races are fun. I love Tuesday. That's why I'm babbling on. I'm excited for Tuesdays, regardless where I finish. So.
Absolutely there. Well, and take it from me, man. Knowing I got my girl too, I know exactly what it means. You gotta thank her every time, otherwise you end up in the doghouse. But Charles, man, congratulations, bringing it home to second today, buddy.
All right, man. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Absolutely, Charles Van Schaik, ladies and gentlemen, taking it home to second. Your race winner today, though, he'll get himself another one on the table. Wesley Donaldson gonna go to victory lane here, and Wesley. Once more, you've raced numerous cars, numerous series, got numerous wins here, but Super League miles seem like really they kind of fit your style in terms of this track and this blend. I mean, what was it like to kind of take down a concrete track instead of the asphalt sides you've been on as of late?
It was a ton of fun, kind of a handful. I like a bit of a loose race car, so there was enough looseness to this that it was pretty fun to drive for me. But yeah, tough race overall. Kind of hard to pass. But got in the right spot when I needed to be at the end there.
Yeah, but definitely right spots, right timing, right execution. Obviously, Kelly, Dalton, and then we're trying to really fight you there for a while. Just being patient, though, waiting for your opportunity to kind of move in. Was that kind of what helped you make the move off to finally can close this gap up for you today?
Yeah, I was really just trying to be patient all race, knowing you had to save tires the whole time. Really, those first few runs, I was saving quite a bit just to be able to run a lot harder at the end. But I knew that riding behind like Tyler and Mike, that I kind of just needed to wait for them to make a mistake. Like it didn't help either one of us if I started to try to battle who was ever in second. So got around Tyler there after he got a little loose, and then got around Mike there too when he made kind of a little bit of a slip up out of a corner, and then just tried to back it down a little bit after that and maybe cool the tires off a little bit to be able to hold them off. But it helped a lot that Tyler was trying to battle him behind me.
Well, let me battle it off for the final leg of the race here. Wesley, it got you to victory lane. Who do you want to thank her today, buddy?
Yeah, just want to say thanks to everybody at the league here at GOAT, Sim 500. Thanks to Sim 500 Mafia. And then thanks to Charles for putting everything on. Thanks to you for putting on these broadcasts. And thanks to my team, BPPC Motorsports, as well. And then shout out to my Instagram page, WBD Diecast, where I make custom diecasts.
All right, man. Well, I think you might have got some more purchases coming your way for this win today. Congratulations, Wesley, on taking it home, buddy.
Thanks, man.
Wesley Donaldson, ladies and gentlemen, closing out this one today. Big thank you to everyone for tuning on in. Go Racing Diecast LLC for their support. Everyone out there, we hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, be safe out there. We'll see you next time when the green flag flies.